What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? We are back with Metaphor ReFantazio. And I want to say thank you to Samori Roden. Again, I always shout him out whenever he always drops the hot knowledge for me down in the comments. He's a longtime supporter of the channel, and I just want to give this guy a shout out. Dude, thank you so much for all the support that you've given me over the years. You're awesome, dude. You take so much of your time just to watch my dumb ass sit here and play video games and all that. It means a lot to me. As it does with the rest of you. He's just a known commenter that I see a lot, so I know his name. But seriously though, everyone, always means something to me that you come here, you take some time out of your day to watch me just hang out and have fun. So I'm always thinking about you guys.
The more comrades and supporters who stand beside you, the more your power will deepen as you soar to new heights. One day, if the people join hands and seize the freedom to decide their own future with their own power just as you do, that is my ideal world.
Hold on. What do you mean, supporters? We're trying to keep out of the public eye here.
I mentioned before, did I not? There is no hero without allies, only a single voice in opposition. In other words, even archetypes have their own strengths and weaknesses. They'll be of little use if used thoughtlessly. Life and death are seconds apart on the battlefield. Be attentive, mindful, and strategic. Only then can you emerge victorious. When you feel unsure how to proceed, I recommend you stop. Assess your surroundings, and think. The smallest observation is often our greatest inspiration. Well, it's almost dawn. I will be watching with great anticipation. Until we meet again.
So, I let that play. But the thing that Samori Roden said that I was interested in, he said the whole thing with Luis and what the government is really gets explained later on in the game, so that is nice to know. I mean, I'm well past the first dungeon, and I think I'm getting close to the second dungeon. You know, we've left Grand Trad and we've kind of begun to adventure out.
Let's go.
To where I am in the game. I haven't played it in probably 2 weeks, just because I have I made it, I think, to like part 14 already, so but he said something to the last one where I was saying, man, I really wish that they would have established the world a little better, but apparently they do that retroactively later on in the game. I'm not a big fan of that. I'd rather they do it at the beginning, but I understand why you don't want to do it at the beginning, because then it feels like that Final Fantasy, we're just throwing words and terms and countries at you all at the beginning and go, you got it? Okay, let's go.
Finally, we found a ride.
But then on the flip side, you just drop me in a world I have no idea what's going on. And so you know, it's kind of like each side has their advantages and disadvantages.
What a nasty surprise.
You've come a ways since then. Any bandits who set on us now are in for a nasty surprise.
Reminds me of the road to the fort, sitting there in the cart. Never could have imagined you and I would be the only survivors. Strange, how fast life can change.
It'll only get tougher from here on out.
Oh, I wasn't really complaining. I know what I signed up for.
The last couple days have certainly been eventful. Almost feels like everything we thought we knew about the world was wrong.
Well, plenty of people live their lives without taking a single step outside their city. But we haven't the luxury of ignorance, I suppose.
We're almost to the capital. Quiet now, and stay sharp.
Milady, welcome back, and thank you for making the trip.
After so long, I am only surprised anyone remained here who yet remembered me.
Surely you jest, milady.
Pay me no mind. I heard of the king's death. The skyline is full of unfamiliar figures. 'Tis a testament to how long I've been away.
It's the Guard that's changed the most. There's just chaos and politics there, arguing over matters of succession. Feels like we've lost sight of who we're even protecting. Not to mention talk of monsters at the border. We've nowhere near enough soldiers to deal with them on top of everything else.
After tomorrow, the city will calm. Once the formality of the funeral is past, a new king will be crowned. After which, I suppose there'll be no further need of a search party. Not many even remember we were searching in the first place.
The royal funeral draws ever closer. One day remains. Escaping the Nord mines, the party hailed a horse-drawn coach and returns now to Grand Trad, capital of Uchronia, the day before the royal funeral. As they gaze upon the city, flags of mourning fluttering in the wind, the magnitude of their mission exacts its toll on the heart.
The fog's rolling in. Rain's the last thing we need.
Can this funeral withstand more misfortune? I've heard they don't have enough soldiers to keep the peace.
Oh, it'll be fine. All the aristocrats are bringing their own personal guards. I imagine boredom's the worst we need to worry about.
Let's not draw attention to ourselves. There's a hostelry tucked at the back of Sunshade Row, the Hushed Honeybee Inn. We'll talk details once we're there.
Here we go.
That's terribly unfair.
Just pathetic.
Sorry, checking the text message.
I just want some coin.
Just letting that scene take place. I thought I had time to sit and text. I didn't realize we hop back in.
Got it.
Ooh, I'll also say this while it's fresh in my mind. God, it's interesting how you see the, I know it's gross, dead body, but you see the, it's not magicules, that's Tensura. What are the little floating triangles here? What are they called? They're essentially just magic, is what you're seeing. But you see the dead body. You're seeing, these black bits of magic coming off. It's kind of signifying the death. I think it's a cool, or him. I think he might not be dead, but dying. Yeah, the shop is not as interesting as I was hoping. We get in there a little later. It's not as cool as I thought it would be. That's my train of thought again. God damn it. I guess that kind of actually goes into what I was about to say. I just got back from the doctor a little bit ago. If anybody's wondering, no, I'm A-okay. No worries. I was looking for something maybe to help me with a little bit with my ADD. I know. You listen to me talk fast. You listen to me not being able to stay on topic or whatever. Yeah, I know. Shocking. I need something to help me focus. It's just, as I've kind of gotten my other shit figured out, my anxiety down and all this stuff, I've just needed help focusing. So I'm going on a new medication. I just warn you, if I suddenly seem to have mood swings or disappear or whatever, I had a crash and I need to adjust. It's a whole thing.
So young.
Just throwing out that warning.
I'm Fabienne. This inn is my business and my home. Manners, Maria.
Welcome.
Hey, I'm wasting away over here. Where's my order?
Maria, could you handle that?
Yes, right away.
You're back sooner than I thought. Something happened.
Something bad. Barely any survivors.
I see.
I didn't know Grius had a daughter.
I know I've already asked so much of you, but Would you mind looking after Maria a little while longer?
Of course. It wouldn't be the honeybee without her. Now, as for the rest of you, after braving the frontiers with this curmudgeon, I'm sure you would welcome a warm supper.
Once we're done, we'll head upstairs.
It's so good.
Oh, spicy. I can't feel my tongue.
Oh, pipe down and eat, boy.
That was delicious, especially the meat. I wasn't expecting it to have such a kick, but it grows on you fast.
Red grass roasted beedou. Bird meat. One of her hometown specialities. She's risked a lot to shelter me and to help the resistance. I owe her more than I can say.
You said we were short-handed, but are we really the only ones?
I know we've plenty of independent agents fighting in their own ways, but it seems none could avail themselves to us, which means we're the only ones who can do this.
Still, killing Luis. That's not going to be an easy feat.
Grius, do you have a plan? Fill us in.
Yeah, it's a really dumb one. Just throwing that out there.
Midway through the funeral, in broad daylight. That's insane.
It's risky, to be sure, but we'll never find a better chance at confronting the man directly. Don't worry. I'll be the only one getting close to him. I'll need you to draw Luis's attention from a different location. All I need is an opening. And don't rely on your fancy powers for this, all right? It'll attract too much attention. Killing a man and slaying a beast are two very different things. This is all I need.
You're joking. You and that kitchen knife against an archmage. Isn't there anything we can do to help?
Well, it's not like I'm going to scream and announce myself and run at him from a far distance.
Slit his throat like the swine he is. A fast kill, if not a clean one. It's nothing I've not done before.
I mean, what was the bit from it was that Whitest Kid sketch about the terrible bank robbers? He's like, all right, got a couple notes for you. Let's not run and scream. What was it you were screaming? Put your hands up, bank? Yes, that. Let's not run and scream that 2 blocks away. 2 reasons. 1, it draws attention to yourself. And 2, you get tired and have to sit down.
Too much still needs doing. And best that it's done as far from her as possible.
And there's his fatherly side, I suppose. Sorry, but I'm going to bed early. I need a full night's rest if I don't want to be a liability.
Well, we've all been short on time to ourselves, but I'd feel bad leaving Maria all alone. Shall we go check in on her, at least?
Look at that.
Did you need something?
I was thinking we could play a game.
Play a game? But it's already nighttime. Oh, I just remembered. Papa said you have a strange book, and that I should ask to see it.
You like books, huh?
Well, I haven't ever seen one before, so I was wondering what they're like.
Want to read it together?
Really? Oh, but I still have work to do.
Don't worry, Maria. I can handle this crowd. You have fun reading upstairs.
Really?
Yes. You did a very good job today.
Let's read then. There's so many pictures. Are all books like this? Miss Fabienne taught me how to read a little. She said it helps with keeping the inn running.
That's pretty impressive that you know how to read.
Well, I can't do lots of hard words, but I like learning new ones. Plus, I like when people say I'm clever, so I've got to work really, really hard. Papa always says not to go into his room, so I wait for him a lot. I'm good at waiting.
you sure you're doing all right?
Yes. Papa's always like this when he comes home. But I'm happy he's here. Thank you. It was fun talking to you.
Let's do this again sometime.
Really? You don't mind talking to me? Then it's a promise. You're helping Papa with his job, aren't you? So, be safe. I've heard his job can be really dangerous.
The pure-hearted maiden, Maria. Within her dwells the virtue of the healer. Nurture thy bond with her, and a new power yet
Calling that
within thee may awaken.
archetype the healer is a misnomer. Because you'd think, oh, they don't have any attack magic. Incorrect. They have some really good attack magic. If your question is, well, AJ, what's the attack magic? Light magic. I don't figure this out. I can't remember when I figured this out, but it's a pretty good class. This game's got some weird classes that I really want to play around with, because there's one you get that's literally called the Merchant. So I'm really curious how that one's going to play out. I haven't played with it yet, but I want to.
It'd be sad if he had to leave right away.
I'm sure it'll work out.
Okay. I think I'll try to read a little bit more, and then I'll go find Miss Fabian and go to bed. Alright. I'll try to read this part now. In this country, the something king hears the voices of the city and protects their way of life. What's this say?
Society's purpose is to protect its citizens. This is a basic principle of this utopia. All are equal. All live in safety. And the rich and poor are as one. With no gaps, no conflict. All are friends, deserving of help. Basically, it's a place where there's no fighting. And everyone always gets along.
Wow. Where is this place? No one gets left alone there, right? I wish I could go. Can I read a little more?
We're probably not going to bed anytime soon.
As dawn breaks, so begins the procession to the Grand Cathedral.
The King's casket has left the castle. The procession will take the main streets to its destination, the Grand Cathedral. I'll have you blend in with the guards posted there. On my mark, you'll create a distraction. Draw Luis's attention.
What, with the soldiers? But our uniforms are...
I had Fabienne patch them up.
In the state they were in? That must have taken all night. Let me see.
Thanks for keeping Maria company yesterday. I'd appreciate if it wasn't the last time.
Don't worry. I'll handle it.
I appreciate it. The girl just has trouble making friends is all. We're going to split up as soon as we leave. At the Grand Cathedral, we'll pose as guards to cause a commotion. I leave the rest to you.
I'll see to everything here, don't worry.
Papa.
I'll be back tonight. Be a good girl while I'm gone, eh?
We can read a little more from my book, all right?
Really?
Once we're back, let's all have dinner together.
Yes, please.
Be careful.
See you soon.
Once it's over, we'll regroup back here at night. I'm counting on you.
We'll do our best. Right then. Let's get ourselves ready, then head for the Grand Cathedral.
Let's go. That reminds me.
Okay, so we're gonna be just checking equipment, checking where
It's time.
all that stuff, you know, before we come on, brain. Go to the funeral.
Huh.
Well, I heard somebody. I'm not sure what video it was somewhere, but I saw someone. He's like, who would let them bring all these swords to a funeral? And I said, have you ever been to a funeral in a red state?
No, where was I?
You'll see people with guns. The last couple funerals I've been to, we weren't gun toters, but I have friends, south, who've shown up. I'm like, yeah, people walk in with a sidearm all the time. Yeah.
Well then.
What?
All right.
So essentially, Moore's going to give us little tasks. Get this archetype up to this level, and that's how you boost with him.
That means... Because you see...
I love the music here in Academia. And there's the piano with the choir in the background. It's really nice. Ooh, once we get into it, this game does something with its... They're called royal virtues, and it makes a lot more sense why they're called royal virtues after we get through this kind of... this first chapter, through the first boss fight. But again, this game's version of social stats, or the royal virtues. Really cool thing that they do is you actually see how close you are to leveling up. We'll see it later on when we actually start, gaining points in them. But it's something that I've wanted in Persona for a long time. Is show me my, how close I am to leveling it. I get some people wouldn't want to see that value because it's like, oh, but you can't, that way you can't overplay and you have to do X, Y, Z. I'm like, hey, I don't know. I can work with not seeing the value, like how close we are to the level, but just show me. Just show it to me. You might as well, because it really doesn't change how I play the game that significantly.
Regards. Please, do make yourselves comfortable.
And now we can do skill inheritance. We'll actually get some really cool stuff later on as you continue to level up these archetypes, because you actually see that there is some really cool crossover. How the warrior has cross slash. The seeker actually gets that later on. you know, further down its quote unquote development tree, whatever you want to call it, you actually see it.
All right.
Trying to think how to phrase this. You actually see certain skills carry over. You know, so the classes are not so one-dimensional. Like the classes, archetypes, whatever. The archetypes are really pretty varied, and they all kind of have their uses and like what they're really good at. But just because they're good at one thing doesn't mean they can't do another at the same time. I think that's the coolest part of it.
The freedom of a wanderer.
In the name of justice!
So yeah, just kind of getting everybody back to their base classes for this bit of the beginning.
Sod off.
You've come at a good time.
Oh, this guy's going to talk a lot, but essentially the mag that you get for killing monsters, you can trade him for money. So it's kind of a balancing kind of like reward. Like, what do you want? You know, do you want the mag so that you can upgrade your archetypes, or do you want the cash to put into equipment? At the point I am in the game, I haven't really had to make that much of a decision between cash or the mag, but me personally, just thinking about it, I would prefer to keep my mag to upgrade my archetypes more than anything else, rather than put it into money, but that's just me.
Hello there.
Now then. Yeah.
Welcome.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Eh? And what is it?
Yeah, nothing to add here. Just doing some simple shopping.
Sod off.
Yeah, I get all these staircases flipped around in my head. I don't know why I get confused when I look at them, but I don't know, like, it's hard to explain. Like, I don't get lost in this back area, but I get... I wouldn't say I get lost, but I do kind of lose my bearings on exactly where I am, which I guess you could say that's called getting lost.
Just pathetic.
Well, whatever. I like my way of saying it better.
Oi there!
What am I gonna do?
Excuse me?
Is the king gone? The king!
Awful big britches for an elder.
Yeah, we're not allowed to shop there until the lady gives us permission to shop there. Which I mentioned earlier, the merchant archetype. Yeah, she's where you get the merchant archetype. She's the one who passes that down to you.
Close your eyes. Let us share our faith. Leave it out, mate.
Dreadful.
You there. Bye-bye now.
Yeah, amazing. Oh, dear me.
All right, then.
Oh, okay, I'm just checking all the vendors. I was like, what the hell am I doing here?
Amazing.
Oh my! It's quite fresh. Oh my!
My, oh my.
Got it? All right.
Lots of lords and nobles. Some generals, too. All the big names are here.
Can you see Grius?
I can pick him out. Although I don't see Luis around.
Oh,
Look there!
The gall! What is this? Isn't that the flower straight from the king's garden?
And a common-blooded man bearing them to a funeral? Does the man know no shame? That's
That's tantamount to declaring himself royalty.
You barbarian!
Your fool of a king is dead. Disillusioned by vain aristocrats and simpering clergy, he withered and died under his own weakness.
The audacity!
How can he say that?
This is madness at the king's own.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's openly disparaging the monarch at his funeral.
But open your eyes, and you will see the crisis in our nation.
Also, holy shit, this animation is good.
The reality.
I'm not sure about the 3D that they're adding, but it's an anime thing. I get it. Whatever. You see it in different series and whatnot. It's never been my favorite.
Sheltered, blinded by walls of stone. Behold a human corpse. They are no mere rumor. They lurk and nest across the very land you call home.
You know, I'm still expecting like an Attack on Titan like plot where the humans are like Elda or other races or whatever that are mutated or something like that.
How long before we're overrun? You can only blame your king's weakness. And thus, who deserves his crown? A man of proven strength!
How dare you, scoundrel! Your words verge on treason!
Against what ruler, Blue Blood? The dead cannot be betrayed. Let your late king's soul bear witness. Let Louis Squeerburn be named the true and rightful ruler of Uchronia.
Hey, what do we... What's happening?
Such power. It can't be.
The palace!
I love this shot. This shot of the face, like, looking down on the crowd is so fucking cool.
Could this be the king's own magic?
I am Hithlodius V.
His Majesty?
Can we also take a moment to talk about how cool and long this anime sequence is? Like, you know, we've seen them in the Persona games, but those scenes are usually fairly short, and there's not a lot of dialogue. But I mean, these are pretty substantial anime segments. They're really cool to look at.
Why? Be silent! Let him say his piece.
Heed me, O kingless. Time is finite before my soul departs this benighted world. In 4 moons of life past death, there shall come a reckoning, a day of the hero. Upon that day, whosoever hath truly earned the greatest faith of the citizenry shall ascend to throne and crown by right of kings.
By right of kings? The faith of the citizenry? Truly?
From the lofty heavens shall my unfading soul look down upon thee, and from the whispered hopes of thine anxious hearts shall those to whom thine allegiances lie be laid bare.
What's happening?
I hear thy voices ring out in clarion truth. Here and now, witness the faces of those most desired to become king.
It's Vorden. Count Louise! Count Louise is there too! They're all candidates.
Ah! What glorious spectacle! The mantle of king is mine by right and providence.
You go too far, Louis.
We gathered to mourn his majesty, and you desecrate it. You would befoul the throne, blackguard.
So be it. Shall we test that? Good people, is Forden truly fit to be king? Or shall you cast off the shackles of blind faith? We need not be chained to birth or trial. In my world, we are a people equal and united. I shall be your shield from the human menace. Together, peace is within our grasp.
When my village burned, the church did nothing.
There's no way we can fight those monsters alone.
And those of us in bonds? Will we too be protected?
Don't be fooled! He's not the man you think he is!
Hey, look! Luis, he's catching up to Forden.
Can the giant thing really see what we're thinking?
Luis, you've led the people's hearts astray.
No future exists without the power to eliminate the human crisis. Those who stand at my side, who oppose the powers that be, my protection is yours. Or refuse my hand and perish. I will lead us over your corpses.
You mean, just as you killed the king?
A country is heavier than a crown, and he could not bear it. Retribution past due.
You vile...
He cares nothing for the blood on his hands.
Damn you, Luis! You think you truly deserve the crown? You doom us all! I won't stand for it!
Hey, who are you?
Silence him!
A Kingslayer deserves only death! That's right! Hey!
Yes, good! You need to go too.
There's a weird universe in which the guy who openly said, "Oh yeah, hey, you know your king? I killed him. But make me your new king." It wasn't even like a coup or an usurped the throne sort of deal. Yeah, okay, I guess he didn't scream and run at him, but still, if you're gonna, knife somebody like that, you'd want to sneak up to him quietly and stab him, not sprint at him in the, whatever. This is also still kind of a cool scene.
Impressive. One of the royal family's dog. Rather poetic, I suppose. See how he has rewarded your loyalty.
No.
I warned you. This is the price of defiance. Though I hadn't expected the king's own magic on my side. So be it. Rally behind me. I will shield you from injustice. Rise above birth and circumstance, for they mean nothing.
Count Luis is our only hope.
Do we have? He'll kill any against him.
Not much.
Okay, you know what? That person who said he'd kill any of us who are against him, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense why you'd be afraid of him.
According to my judgment, be thou criminal, pauper, or noble, thy claim is decided not by stature or trial. I shall bear witness. From this heavenly seat I am nigh omnipotent. Look to the faces carved upon this rock, and see thou the faces of the chosen. I shall brook no sabotage or obstruction of this trial. Let all hear me and obey. Damned!
Hey, Grius! Grius!
Damn it.
Luis!
Alphys.
The sun sets on old fossils. It is a new dawn, and its light shines upon Lord Luis's king.
Stand down!
Damned meddlers. So your wish is to die, is it? Your bones will be monuments to Lord Luis's glory! Ah!
He defiles the dead!
Ah, but Lord Luis has sent me here on an important errand.
What errand?
It seems I'll need considerable time to accumulate the Magla. Until it's done, however, I'm afraid I'll have to borrow the cathedral. The day the king's mourning ends will become the day of calamity. If you mean to interfere, then die.
Stand strong! The souls of the dead do not return. He manipulates them as puppets with foul magic.
Brace yourselves.
I mean, does that change anything? The souls haven't returned. He's manipulating them with magic. Okay, but they're still coming at us with weapons. So
Stroll, get a hold of yourself. We've got company.
What am I supposed to do? Got to stay calm. Calm. Damn it, I can't focus. Sorry about that. I'll be all right.
Here they come.
So this anxiety state from getting caught unaware it's interesting. It's just how I would describe my feelings on this game as a whole. Or not this game as a whole. Some of the changes to the turn-based system. I don't dislike them, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I'm not sure how I feel about it, but you know what? For the times, it's a neat wrinkle in how you have to kind of plan out your battles. It's not a bad, it's not a bad addition of a status effect. Yeah, I'd say it's not bad. I'm still not 100% sure if I like it or not, but I'd say it's not bad.
I shall fight as the noble.
Seeker! Wind!
Oh yeah, and if you noticed,
In the name of justice, I call upon royal power.
wow, ooh, I forgot to move him back to the front.
Power of ice! This is doing nothing!
My theory was the ones with the spears and the shields would have different resistances. That's why I did that again. But just because you're hit with that anxiety doesn't mean you can't use your archetype. It means as soon as you press the archetype button, they will do a random attack. So, like I said, you can't control it, but you can still use your archetype.
Where'd that man go?
I just think that's an important distinction.
There should be a mausoleum nearby. Could you take his body there?
Yes, right away.
Take care with him, please. He was a dear friend. He gave his all for the king. For the royal bloodline. The least he deserves is dignity in death. My name is Hulkenberg. I have a question for you. That power you wield, it is not something they teach in the army. You are no ordinary soldier.
And you? You're clearly more than a guard captain.
I am a knight in the Crown's service. Commanding the guard is not my station's duty, but... these are dire times.
A knight?
And you pretend at soldiery. But that matter can wait. Alsace seemed to know you.
Who is Alsace?
We'll have time for debate after we apprehend that mage. He's after the royal scepter, I'm sure of it.
The royal scepter?
Please, someone, help! Please help. I've still got family inside.
Did he trap civilians in the cathedral?
Yes, my family, and more.
I don't envy their chances if he finds them helpless.
I am honor bound as a knight to answer their plea. I would ask your aid as well, if you might give it.
Does it not tarnish the Royal Knights to enlist the aid of strangers?
I haven't the luxury of refusing able fighters.
If I turn back here, I'd never be able to face Grius. Any objections, my friend?
It's going to be dangerous.
That's exactly why we can't abandon these people. Let's just watch out for those accursed skeletons.
Gotta hurry.
Over here!
Hold it!
No.
Oh, God.
Over here!
This is bad.
Damn it.
I mean, I'm just gonna say it. I think you could climb that. I'm just saying.
All right.
Okay?
Oh, they saw us. I can feel my power growing.
This? We made short work of them.
Blast!
No!
Like I'd let you. Warrior! One leg!
Let's stay calm.
Seeker! Wind!
Yes.
The children!
Got it.
Understood.
No. I think that's all of them.
Hey, good one.
If it's useful, I say grab it.
What now?
You know, if there's one thing that I have against the aesthetic of this game,
It's useful, I say grab it.
I get it when you're using your archetype,
This is bad.
that the
Oh, right. If it's useful, I say
I'm trying to think how to phrase this. I get when you're using the archetype that, you know, like the magic lines and everything show up on you, but I don't like it when I'm just sprinting. I don't know why that bugs me. It just does.
Don't Nice find. Looks like it could be useful.
If it's useful, I say grab it.
All right.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
No.
Thank you.
Let's hurry.
All right. Not bad. Let's stash that somewhere safe.
Let's push through!
All right, did it!
Nice. Good find. What now?
Am I about to fix what I think I'm about to fix? Wait, no, I already put him on the front line. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Oh, I guess I'm just trying to get magic. I guess. I don't know.
Everything all right?
No.
I see. Look!
And then...
Why is this not voiced? I always ask this of Persona games, of JRPGs. I get it. You only pay for so much voice acting, but still, this feels like it's narrative. It's story dialogue. Why is it not voiced?
Damn it.
Either way, guys, we're getting close to the end here. I want to say, as always, thank you so much for watching. Social media in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will see you all in the next one. But until then, I'm out.